morning guys, I hope you are all doing well. Welcome back to my channel. It is currently 8:45. That's super late for me. If I'm up for work, then I'm up by 4:40 normally, but I thought I'd have a really slow morning. I probably woke up around 6, went on my phone for a little bit, checked my Instagram, and then I took some progress pictures this morning to then realize that they looked pretty similar to my physique when I moved here in the first place, so that's great. My phone's a bit screwed, but yeah. When you're taking your progress pictures, make sure you remember to get up, go to the toilet first. Once you get that big batch of wee out, you'll be so much less bloated and it'll be a more accurate representation of what your body actually looks like in the morning. But yeah, did some progress pictures. I've just got changed into my gym outfit for today. And I'm just gonna go ahead and make some breakfast now before we start our Q&A. I'm gonna treat myself this morning to a proper cup of coffee. And I'm also gonna have, usually I eat the same breakfast throughout the week. I'll have my overnight Weetabix, which sits at about 50 grams of protein. But protein aside, this morning, I'm just gonna make what I want to eat today because it's Saturday and I can eat what I want on a Saturday. My kryptonite is white bread. I absolutely love to have white bread every now and then. I never normally eat bread throughout the week. So this is what I like to call toast two ways. So I have one slice of toast with a savory topping and one slice of toast with a sweet topping. So for the sweet topping, we're gonna go peanut butter and banana. And then the savory slice of toast, we're gonna have cottage cheese with a slice of bacon. The only thing about cooking bacon though is it's just such a mess in the morning. Do you know what I mean? So I believe I'm coming up to the 6-month mark of being in Australia now. I moved over here in October. We're in April, right? I've gone past the 6-month mark. It might actually be today. I think I got here on the 20th. No way! I didn't even plan that. Today is Saturday the 20th of April and I got here on the 20th of October. So it's been exactly 6 months that I've been in this beautiful country, which is crazy, right? It wouldn't be Jasmine Booth Fitness without a yellow woolly sticker on my food. I never buy food at full price ever. Yeah, half a year here and I can definitely say I think this is going to be a long-term move for me. I just love absolutely everything about this country. The quality of life and the weather have made me feel so much better about everything. And Brisbane as a place is absolutely crazy. I feel like backpackers hate on Brisbane because there's no beach, yeah, sure, there's not as much natural beauty as other parts of Australia. But if you're comparing it to the UK, there are so many nice places to go in Brisbane, so many. You've got the Mount Cootha lookout, Mount Gravett, you've got plenty of local walks in Carindale. I live in a suburb which has a fake beach. That's all you need, really. Look how blue the sky is this morning, guys. It looks so nice. I'm so grateful to live in such a beautiful place. I wanted to do my Q&A sat on the balcony, but unfortunately it is coming into autumn now, so it's a little bit cold. Oh, you know that first sip of coffee that you have in the morning and it just completely invigorates your mind? We are gonna do your question and answers from my comfy corner, my reading corner, as you can see. Another thing they do differently in Australia is they have coffee bags. You saw me make one earlier. Isn't that so good? So instead of having to take a whole jar of beans around with me, I can actually just take a couple of these bags with me and just, as long as I have a kettle, can make a nice little cup of coffee. I used an app called NGL for these questions and I put the link on my story, but I'm a bit skeptical of how well this works just because I just feel like some of these questions are just asked by the app.
I don't feel like they're actual asked by real people, because I don't think anyone would ask me these kind of things. I haven't seen you in forever. Miss you. Oh, miss you too. I don't know who you are, but I'm sure I also miss you. There are some things that I really miss about the UK, and to be honest, the biggest one is my friends and family. I haven't seen my mum and my sister in so long. My sister's just come back from America, and I do really miss my friends. Like, I feel like they're going through some big changes in their life that I'm missing out on. Like, one of my friends is training for a marathon. The other one's moved out of her long-term place and moved into somewhere else. Another one's gone back to uni and is doing a master's degree in something completely different to her previous degree. So I just feel like all of my friends, there's pivotal moments in their life that I'm missing out on and I'm not there for, but I still feel super close to them anyway. Who are you texting lately? Well, to be honest, I don't really use text. I'm really bad at answering messages. We're changing the scenery because it was too dark in there, you guys couldn't see me. So anyway, back to it. Who am I texting? Literally no one. Text from a PT at my gym about the pronunciation of a Welsh name, from my doctor's surgery, from voicemail, from my auntie, one of my friends here, someone from work, and that's about it. Oh, this is a good one. What motivated you to work out? Now, there's a number of things. I swam from a young age, so I've always been quite sporty. When I was younger, I did martial arts. Then I kind of went into swimming around the age of 10 to 15, competitive swimming. Then I stopped that, and then when I went to uni, I also did a bit of lacrosse, a bit of other stuff. Used to do cross country as well. So I've always been relatively good at sports. But there's been different phases of my life where I've done different things and my motivation has been different. Back when I was competitively swimming, even though I was the fittest I would have ever been and I was chiseled, I, in my teenage brain, had extreme body dysmorphia. I thought I was fat. And I guess you could say my goal at that time was to be as small as possible. Yeah, and I think that is something that maybe happens to a lot of teenagers, is they're not comfortable in their body. And I was almost just trying to fit in with the trend at the time. Everyone was trying to be skinny, everyone hated their legs, everyone wanted a thigh gap, they wanted those like stupid hip bone, that hip bone trend where you used to lie flat and you could see that your bikini was sat on top of your hip bones. I'll try and find a photo of it on like Tumblr or something, but usually my motivations do get affected by what's trending. And as much as everyone says your motivations are very personal, which they should be, they will be influenced by things around you. You can't help but be influenced by outside perspectives on things. And us as humans, we are sheep, you know, and I'm a prime example of that. I haven't run in 2+ years, and I went on a run, like an actual long run, and tracked it the other day. Bearing in mind, I've done no training, nothing, just cold, dead ass, just went on a run. I nearly managed 6K. I screwed up my foot, so I now have a very big open blister on my foot. And bearing in mind, I hate running. Everyone in Australia runs. Running has become the trending form of exercise, particularly here in a country that has the weather for it. Yeah, running and functional training has definitely gone up in the trends. Pilates was the last fitness trend, in my opinion. So because everyone else was running, I wanted to give it a go, and I did. And I screwed my foot up, but I proved to myself that I can do new things, and it was really good fun, so maybe I'll keep it in my regime. But I'd be lying if I said I wasn't motivated by other people getting into running. There's a lot of things that motivate me to work out, one of them being what other people are doing and seeing other people's results, which we all do. But personally, in my most recent phase, when I left uni a few years back, it's probably a good 3 years ago now, I was quite overweight. I was drinking most days of the week, which then led me to bad nutrition choices, snacking, takeaway, and I just didn't have the knowledge of how to keep the weight off. So I'd always go through these crash diets at uni. I'd eat like 1,200 calories a day, and my main motivation this time around and at these last few years in my life had been getting away from what I looked like before. I've had a few ex-partners comment on me being overweight. For me, I never wanted to be bigger body-wise than my partner. That was something I was always really uncomfortable with. However, that wouldn't bother me now, just to preface. And it's obviously not a bad thing if you're bigger than your partner. It doesn't really matter. I wouldn't care nowadays. And I'm changing to be motivated by longevity. So there's a lot of recent studies that have come out about how good weightlifting and weight training is for preventing osteoporosis, arthritis, dementia even, things that are going to affect you longer down the line. And I used to work in aged care, and seeing people in the state where they can no longer move well, they're no longer mobile, is obviously really debilitating for those people, and seeing the effects on their lives makes me want to make sure that I can move and be as functional as possible for as long as possible. Obviously there's factors in there that don't involve exercise, but if I can offset that by weight training, then that is my number one motivation to work out right now. Have you done drugs? Yes, I take creatine every day. What made you start this fitness journey? Because you look amazing. Oh, thank you. Oh, I love comments like this. It's so nice. I guess this kind of comes under motivation. Sometimes I don't like to refer to fitness as being a journey, just because that insinuates that it has a destination. And I feel like I'm now on this really long winding path, just kind of choosing different forks in the road, but not necessarily thinking about going anywhere. Before, I had a big focus on powerlifting, which I've now stopped. I don't squat, bench, deadlift anymore, just because I feel like I wasn't enjoying it. I was plateauing, and I don't eat enough to make any strength gains. Just don't feel like bulking is doing it for me right now. Recently made the change from powerlifting to more bodybuilding style training, higher rep ranges, more time under tension, just really training with good intentions. I guess I wouldn't say I'm at the start of my fitness journey. I'm in the middle of it somewhere, but nowhere near the end of it. We bulk to get stronger, cut to feel more aesthetically confident. Do you have a dream physique or fitness level in mind when you'd be happy to just maintain? What would it look like, and what do you currently see anyone as having it that you could reference? Fitness level, you will have a genetic boundary to how far you can push your body, but I mean, it is pretty limitless. My goal, fitness level wise, maybe a month back, not that long ago, was to be as strong as possible, to be bulking. But like I said earlier, I've stopped powerlifting now. So my goal, fitness level wise, is just to be a really good all-rounder, muscle building, running, try and get more flexible through yoga, just try and do loads of different things, and to just keep moving. So I don't really have a fitness level in mind. Obviously, I think everyone would love to be like David Goggins level. Dream physique, like I said earlier, I'm pretty happy with my physique. I'm really happy in the way I look. Yeah, I do definitely have a few women that I absolutely love their body. I love their content. My complete girl crush on TikTok is this lady called Kira, but she has the most insane physique. Her content is really informative and really clear, and I definitely feel like she's slept on. Yeah, Kira Wheatley. I just absolutely love her. Yeah, she definitely has even her fringe, like the way she does her makeup, her fashion style, like I absolutely love it. The way she explains her exercises and stuff is amazing, and I think her physique really shows that she really trains with intention, which is something that I'm trying to do at the moment.
In the 45-degree extension, you need to round your back. This release sums up the
Look at her back.
The neutral spine will engage your erectors, so reducing.
I just love it. I love it. I think she looks absolutely gorgeous. Hannah Oberg, who is the co-founder of On You. She, I believe, is Swedish. She's a little bit older. She has a few kids. Like, she's really got her head screwed on, and I think she's a really good example of a strong woman and like a no BS approach to things. So I just think she absolutely looks fantastic as well. I love her YouTube content. Like, she's super strong, like completely natural. I think her physique is great. So she's definitely someone I really look up to as well. She loves her upper body. I just think she's smashing life. The best way to stay committed to the diet. Okay, one, let's rephrase that. Diet is a catchphrase that I don't like to use just because it can be restrictive, and I think it insinuates that you're in a phase of your nutrition, whereas it should be always something that you're conscious of. Whenever I did diets before, they always failed. So think of it as a lifestyle change. But if you want to stay committed to your lifestyle changes and your goals, so this can also apply to training as well as nutrition, actually not restricting yourself too much. Although you have to be really disciplined with your eating, if you restrict yourself too much and take away things that you really enjoy eating, you won't stick at your diet. So this is what I was doing before, was I was saying no sugar, no fat, no carbs, and I was depleting myself for all these things that I craved, to the point where I'd have a massive blowout and end up binge eating. For example, if you want to be in a calorie deficit, you can still be under your calories, but you know, I eat chocolate every day. I have a small square of dark chocolate, I have fruit every day. You know, if I have really sweet cravings, black coffee is really great for that. And you know, if I see a croissant in a shop or a donut, I'm gonna buy it. It's fine. Like, if I want it, I will find room to fit it into my nutrition and my calorie goals or my protein goals for that day. You can definitely reach your goals without being restrictive. Looking at it, what do you need to be eating a day, calorie-wise? Are you bulking? Do you need to be eating more calories than your maintenance? Do you need to be eating less calories than your maintenance to lose fat? This can breed harmful tendencies, but I would recommend using a tracking app. I use MyFitnessPal. But yeah, tracking can definitely help you stay on your goals, know where you're at throughout the day, and just hold you accountable for sure. So how much protein do you want to be eating a day? If you're gaining muscle, you want to be eating between 1.5 to 2 grams of protein per kilo of body weight. I normally like to aim 100 grams plus protein a day. That's just realistic for me, and I find that any more than 100 grams, the benefits kind of plateau out. Having manageable nutritional goals when it comes to your lifestyle changes in your diet, not being too restrictive, still allowing yourself these small wins, you know, a pastry on the weekend, being able to have something sweet after dinner that's not going to break your calorie bank, not cutting out a macronutrient, not cutting out carbs, not cutting out fat because you think it's making you fat. It's not. I would also recommend following loads of fitness creators that have the same kind of nutritional goals as yourself. So for example, when I was talking about Gains by Brains earlier, she has a big focus on whole foods, creating really healthy, wellness girly type meals, lots of greens, eating the rainbow. Whereas someone like Hannah Oberg, she's a busy mum. She just eats simple, good food. You know, she'll eat the same potatoes every evening with a bit of protein. She'll have the same protein smoothie every morning. Simple, high protein meals for Hannah. Sophie, more on the wellness, longevity, eating real whole foods, cutting any additives out. Following creators that have the same nutritional goals as yourself can give you good meal inspiration, good food inspiration, and also seeing them put love and care into their nutrition will make you want to do the same for sure. How the heck do I get rid of my upper fat on my stomach, under my boobs? Here? You don't. Look, if I take my leggings down, I still have belly fat. It's just skin. Like, honestly, you just need to be comfortable with your pouch. Start answering this question by prefacing that you can't spot check
fat. You can't say, oh, I am going to do this exercise, or if I eat less, I'm going to lose fat from here. You'll just lose fat first from wherever you're genetically predisposed to lose fat first. For me, I put weight on my legs first. So when I lose weight, it'll probably come off my legs first, my legs and my face. So genetically, I'm predisposed to have bigger legs. I'm very pear-shaped. So I actually don't put weight on my stomach first. Even when I was more overweight, I'll try and find a photo of it for reference. I still had a curvy shape. I still had a smaller waist than my lower half, just because I was genetically predisposed to have that. If you're really struggling with a certain area, like for example, this person asked about the upper belly fat, I can only answer this by saying you can't spot check it. You can't, no exercise or nutrition is gonna take away from that portion. I would just recommend perhaps being in a calorie deficit, aiming for fat loss, gaining muscle, and maybe just doing some isometric core exercises as well. I found that really helped with my upper ab definition here. So what I mean by isometric ab exercises is holding a position for a long amount of time. So planks, boat hold. I found that these ab exercises, as much as abs are made in the kitchen, so being in a calorie deficit, being lean, I did find that these sort of isometric holds targeting your core really helped with my core definition, in my opinion. How old do you want to be when you get married? I used to think that I believed in marriage, but now I'm not too sure. I think it is a social construct. There are obviously lots of actual lifestyle benefits to being married. Like, I would only probably get married to have that legal standing of having the same name, and it makes you a lot easier, a lot more eligible for a mortgage, things like that. And I do really like the idea of having a wedding ceremony, like being able to say vows and commit to one person and just kind of solidify that bond. I think is a really cool idea, and having people that are special and important in your life there to witness that. So I definitely think the idea of a wedding is really cool. Being married, it doesn't bother me too much. Having my partner's name doesn't bother me too much. I would say I don't really care, to be honest. I don't think there's a particular age that I feel like I'd need to be married with or be settled down by. But I am really looking forward to having a wedding. I know I want it to be on the beach. I already have this idea in my head. I even started a playlist on Spotify. I want it to be on the beach, and I want the sky to be pink. So it'll be around sunset time, somewhere really beautiful, maybe in like Barbados or the Bahamas. Are you judgmental? I guess I definitely used to be, for sure. I think everyone, as much as they like to say they're a good person, everyone is slightly judgmental. You do have first impressions biologically as a human. When you first see someone, yeah, definitely when I was younger, I guess, especially surrounding myself with people that were maybe gossipy and judgmental and made comments about the way others looked or the way that they thought about other people. Definitely surrounding yourself with people like that can make you more of a judgmental person. And when you're younger and a teenager, you do just enjoy gossip and you enjoy putting other people down. And I definitely think perhaps maybe I was like that as a teenager. And even my close friends, when they perhaps make a decision or disagree with something, make a decision that I wouldn't have done or do something that I wouldn't agree with, I never judge them for it. I'm not in a position to be making those judgments. It's not my life. All I can do is support the people that I care about in their decisions. Even if they have different opinions to me, everyone is entitled to it. So yeah, I'd say maybe when I was younger, I used to be judgmental, and everyone is to some degree. We all make judgments about people, but no, I wouldn't say I'm judgmental now. What are your thoughts on seatbelt laws in Australia? I know exactly who wrote this. So if you guys didn't know, recently I had an infringement notice in the post. I had my seatbelt under my armpit. On the day that this happened, I was wearing a bandeau top, and this is completely on me, like, fair enough. I never not wear my seatbelt, just to preface, but I had the seatbelt, like, just instead of having it over the top of the shoulder, I had it under here. Yeah, I got papped by one of those seatbelt cameras that look right into your car
car. So my thoughts on the seatbelt laws here and the car laws here in Australia, they don't make any sense to me. That's one thing here. People drive around cars that are very clearly not road legal with things falling off them, and it's all fine as long as you keep your rego up to date, which is basically like your car tax in the UK. Yeah, I think the seatbelt fines here are ridiculous. The way the government put people out, like regular citizens, out of pocket for things like that, when realistically they're not out murdering people, that definitely put me out of pocket. So yeah, funny question from whoever asked that. Guys, thank you so much for checking in today. That concludes my Q&A. I only had the time to kind of go through a few questions, and if you haven't noticed, I waffle on so much, so I didn't want to make the video like 10 years long. That is everything for today. Hopefully that was really entertaining for you guys and something a little bit different. So let me know if you liked the talking head videos. I know maybe it's a little bit more boring than my workout vlogs and a little bit off niche for me, but I just want you guys to get to know me a little bit more and just have a little chat, have a little sit down. Hopefully this was nice and cozy for you to watch. Shout out to all my friends from home. I miss you a lot. And thank you guys so much for watching. If you do have any ideas for future videos, please do drop them in the comments, and make sure that you're subscribed so that you don't miss a video. I'm gonna try get back to my weekly uploads, keep smashing out the long form content. But yeah, love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.